Canon just released their highly anticipated 6D Mark II entry-level full-frame camera and their crop sensor Rebel SL2, the successor to the SL1, otherwise known as the world's smallest DSLR body. Both of them have been hyped for some time, but can they truly live up to the standards that the community has been wanting to put on them? Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and find out, so enjoy. Let's talk about the 6D Mark II real quick. Canon has upgraded this bad boy now with a 26.2 megapixel sensor up from 20.2 of the first generation version, now a higher level ISO native to 40,000, which is an upgrade from 25,600, and is actually higher than the native ISO of the 5D Mark IV, which only goes to 36,000, and it's also expandable to 102,400. Absolutely just insane. Now the autofocus system has also been overhauled with the same 45-point system that we see in the 80D, as well as in now the T7, T7i, and the 77D. Definitely an upgrade from the bare bones 11-point autofocus of the first version as well. We also see an upgraded 6.5 frames a second burst rate for better action photography. The 6D Mark II also has some other unique features, such as the fully articulating touch LCD screen, which is the first of its kind for any full frame camera, and the only thing that actually even came close was Nikon's I believe is a D810 that had the articulating, well, not articulating, but it had a tilt touchscreen as well. Video creators will also take joy in the fact that now the 6D Mark II is capable of shooting 1080p video at 60 frames a second, although the lack of inclusion of 4K video is going to be probably a drawback for some, as Canon for some reason has been very shy in implementing 4K support in any of their non-flagship models, which isn't the 1D and the 5D. The 6D has been skimped out, as well as the 70D, 80D don't have 4K inclusion, although Magic Lantern is able to provide those at the cost of probably messing up your cameras. So that's kind of up to you whether or not you need that capability, as you can shoot RAW with that modding as well. But anyway, with the lack of 4K comes a couple of other things to make up for it, I suppose, including a 4K time-lapse option, as well as HDR video support, which should come out quite nice actually on some higher end HDR TV sets. Although of course the lack of 4K kind of negates the purpose of having that, but to go along with those upgraded video features, including the 60 frames a second full HD video, is now the inclusion of Canon's very world-renowned CMOS dual pixel autofocus system, which is one of the best autofocus systems that you can get for video, which allows for smooth panning, very accurate face tracking, as well as that special Canon phase detection autofocus that allows two pictures to be phased together in one using separate photo diodes inside each sensor, allowing for very fast autofocus as well as very accurate autofocus, such as video right now. Like in my current case with the 70D that has the dual pixel autofocus, has some of the best autofocus that you can think of today, just by perfect case in point. See? Not that bad, just that the Sigma lens kind of sucks. This is better showed off with a STM lens, but it's okay. Another notable feature of the 6D Mark II is now it has complete wireless integration, including the inclusion of a Wi-Fi sensor, a Bluetooth sensor, NFC sensor, and a GPS sensor. So now every single wireless technology that Canon used to be able to offer with a first-party extender is now built native into the 6D Mark II, which is very nice for people who are looking to share on the fly, as well as being able to connect multiple devices at the same time, pair directly to a phone, or maybe even want to geotag their videos or photos straight directly onto the camera. Canon also claims the 6D Mark II is dust and water resistant, and we should see that with higher levels of weather resisting gaskets, as well as weather resistant rubber all over the connectors and all over the input jacks as well. So we'll go ahead and see a little bit later how this plays out exactly for weatherproofing, and just how durable of a camera this is, even though the fully articulating screen as well is a cause for concern among some more hardcore, especially wildlife photographers, who need to have that ruggedness as well. So we'll go ahead and see the durability of that with later on testing, as well as if we can get our hands on one, or at least if I can get my hands on one, we'll go ahead and test that out as well, or we'll rely on other YouTubers for that information. However, though, there are a couple downsides to the 6D Mark II, as we can see. One of the most notable ones to some might be the price. At $1,999, you would expect a camera like this to at least include 4K capability, as well as a couple of other functions that still seem to be missing today, as well as the fact that even the shutter is still limited to a 1/4000th max shutter speed, which is still not fast enough for some sports photography, such as air shows, for example, when you need to pan for a jet that's moving just about the speed of sound, just about 700 miles an hour, or maybe if you're shooting with a fast lens, like in my case as well with the 1.8 Sigma, you won't be able to get a well exposed photo with a 1/4000 maximum shutter speed. You'll need at least a 1/8000, and even then that's probably the physical limit of a normal DSLR anyway, unless you move to mirrorless, which can, some of them at least, can go up to 1/32,000th of a second for shutter speed. So there's that as well. The Canon 6D Mark II will go for sale for $1,999 for the body only, and a quite staggering $3,099 with the 24-105 f4L kit lens. That will be expected to ship in the end of July. Moving on out of the Canon Rebel SL2, this has also been a highly anticipated camera for some time, considering the SL1 was so popular among budget photographers as well as budget-friendly enthusiasts. The SL2 now features a 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor, the same one that you'll find in the 80D, and it also features an ISO range of 25,600. It also has dual pixel autofocus, which once again is awesome for video as well as just autofocus in general. It also has Wi-Fi, NFC, and Bluetooth for enhanced wireless capabilities, but it still has the bare bone 9-point autofocus system. In a way, that's not that bad. The SL2 is designed to be solely a budget, more or less entry-level crop camera, so it more than likely shouldn't have anything ridiculously advanced anyway, as this is going to be meant for more or less general consumers, as well as people who aren't so serious about photography in general. Although, come to think about it, the 6D did have the same, I think it was 11 points. This one only has 9 points, but it's still bare bones, and yet people got away with this, so I might actually be wrong with myself on that one. Also, for video creators, the SL2 does have an input for an external microphone, so this should be awesome, especially for those that have an external preamp, like let's say the Zoom H1 recorder that they want to plug directly into their DSLR's preamp, and then have a lavalier mic or whatever other mic that they want to plug in straight then and there. You'll be able to get high fidelity audio synced directly to your DSLR footage, which should be very convenient for vloggers as well as for bedroom YouTubers like myself to be able to get that high fidelity audio that DSLRs always lack. The Canon SL2 will go for sale for $549 for the body only, as well as you can get the kit with the 18-55 millimeter ISSTM lens for $699, and that will also be on sale. We're looking at toward the end of July with the 6D Mark II. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the first sneak peek of the 6D Mark II as well as the SL2 cameras that Canon just announced, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Canon has to announce at their event, which should happen tonight as well. This is today, I believe, is the 29th of June, so I'll be tuning into that to get more information on that, as well as to be able to see if I could post any future updates on those products as well. And if I'm fortunate enough, I'll go ahead and be able to try to pick up one of them, at least the 6D Mark II, to give a full-on hands-on test, and we'll go ahead and see how that goes as well for you guys. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and go ahead and check out all of the links of social media down I have at the bottom of the screen. As always, any follow, any like, any sort of way that you follow me on social media is greatly appreciated, and it helps me determine what kind of quality videos to put out for you guys, and as well as what you would like to see. If you guys have any suggestions for any future videos that you guys might want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment. It really helps a lot. I want to be able to deliver it to you guys, and want to go ahead and make a happy audience and deliver good quality content to you guys. But until then, I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video.